disclosure. Sober disclosure. Breezy's a slut.
And we like it in the butt.
Are you or someone you know looking for support in recovery? Taste Recovery is your go-to directory for sober resources. Whether you're searching for treatment centers or sober living communities, Taste Recovery connects you with the right tools and support to help you on your journey. With a user-friendly platform and a comprehensive list of resources, Taste Recovery makes finding the help you need easier than ever. Start building your path to a healthier, sober life today. Visit tasterecovery.com to find the resources that work for you. Taste Recovery, your first step to a lasting positive change. Hi, everyone. I'm Breezy.
And I'm Jimmy.
And we are
Sober
Disclosure.
We're supposed to say it together at the end, not the beginning.
I love this podcast.
We're here with our first bisexual guest, Julian Michaels, a lesbian trainer, fitness trainer. I'm just kidding. Julian, honorable discharge for being bisexual in the Army.
They were just like, pick a lane. All right.
Oh, and you're like, no.
They're like, we don't want to shower with him. We're uncomfortable.
I love it. Wait, did you say Jillian? I thought it was Julian.
It is Julian.
Oh, okay.
That was a part of the joke. My last name is not Michaels.
Oh, Who's Jillian Michaels?
A lesbian trainer.
Oh.
That was on The Biggest Loser.
Oh, that lady. I know exactly what you're talking about. I didn't know she was bisexual.
She's a lesbian. She's a full-on dyke for sure.
Oh.
She's not bisexual.
Are we making this up or is this
No,
real?
that is true facts.
True facts.
And his is true facts too.
Anyways, hi, Julian. Thank you so much for joining us on our podcast.
Thank you for having me.
How much time sober do you have?
I am coming up on 21 months here in like 10 days.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank
That's huge. What did you just do? Oh, Jimmy's telling you to suck and blow.
On the mic.
Is
So
it on
he
the
just
mic?
had a year. A couple months ago, right?
What's your sobriety date?
My sobriety date is December 11th, 2023.
Oh, he's going to have 2 years.
I was like, wait.
And he's my sobriety brother.
Okay.
And I thought he only was with us for a year, but I guess it's 2.
Time is
It's flying by.
this year.
It's flying by.
But every year we say that.
Mhm.
Is this your first time getting sober?
This is, yes.
Really?
Yeah, being in the military, I was in like some program called Army Substance Abuse Program, and honestly, it was just them
I didn't know they had that.
Yeah, nothing like AA. It was just them being like, here's some videos, and also don't drink and drive, and stop doing that. And,
How did you get in that?
I actually...
You requested to be in it?
No. They were trying to promote me to sergeant, and I was like, that's going to cut into my drinking and partying time. I seen the way these sergeants move, and it's like, they take every ounce of your life. And I was like, you know what? I'm still like in my early 20s. I don't want to do that just yet because like I was a good soldier.
Yeah.
So they wanted me to lead, and I was still a squad leader. And I was like, I don't want the chevrons yet because it looks like chevrons. And
what? Because it wasn't your style?
Nah, it's just because I didn't want to like have all that extra work because I literally was like, man, I want to go out with my friends and have fun. I don't want all that extra stuff that comes with the promotion. And so I was like, hey, I'm an alcoholic, right? And I knew that wasn't going to get me like reprimanded or anything. So I would actually get out of work once a week and go to these classes. And I was just like, this is just, I would go like hungover to these classes and I just did not care. So like this time coming into this program 21 months ago, that was my first time ever actually being introduced to the rooms of AA. So I never like been to a meeting. I've been told by many family and friends to be like, maybe you should go do that. And I was just like, nah, I'm fine. It talks in the book about being in a delusion, a peculiar mental twist. I had all of that. I literally thought my life was okay, even though everything was burning down around me. I was always losing friends, family, accolades, jobs. It's just, yeah.
So how long ago were you in the substance abuse program? When was that?
That was definitely start of 2015. I actually couldn't go on my second deployment because of that, and I ended up going somewhere else. So in that, like,
Oh.
I did it for about a year, and it was like nothing being like AA. There's no higher power, no anything. So I wouldn't count that as like my first time getting sober, because I honestly didn't.
You didn't stop drinking. You just kept.
I was just showing up to a class.
What was it? I've never been to a class like that. What was it like?
Oh man, it was just a lot of people definitely down on drug addicts for sure. And like people that like drank, they were just like, oh yeah, you know what's really bad? Addicts. Like, it was so strange, and I hated being in that area.
Do you think people get sent there because they got in trouble? Or is it
majority of people that get sent there do get in trouble? They get a DUI, they get something,
okay.
And so it's like that's there.
So they made them do it.
Yes.
Through the army, so they don't have to do anything else.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Okay.
And you just said, "Hey, I'm an alcoholic," and so then they made you go.
Yes.
Interesting. And then you graduate after a year?
No, there's no like graduation. I ended up just like you get a write-off from like doctors because you see a therapist and you get drugs, and I was on
Did you have sex
gabapentin and a few
in army with another army person?
Yeah, a few. More than a few. Well, yeah, basically, it was my 20s and I wanted to have fun. I actually had just got like over a really bad heartbreak because once I got out of high school, I got deep into ecstasy, and I was with a girl who was like deep into meth. She was a year older than me, and
she was in the army.
No, this is before the army.
Julian loves older women too.
Yeah. Okay. I do. Apparently that's just always how it's been. I've never dated somebody that was younger than me. So
yeah, me either. That's so weird.
Breezy's lying.
But basically, yeah, like it was a very domestic, violent, like situationship turned to like, oh, now I'm living with her and her mom, and she was taking care of her mom, and she was paying for me for everything. I was like jobless and all this other stuff out of high school. I ended up getting her pregnant. She got an abortion, and we were just very resentful of each other. And then it started getting physical. She freaking like headbutted me and my nose bled one day. It was like crazy. Finally, she like kicked me out of her house, and it was still like she was cheating on her boyfriend with me. And I would like go over whenever she wanted because like I still loved her, and it was just I saw my life like going nowhere, and I was still addicted to drugs, and I was like going to raves and coming into work all withdrawn, and I was just like, man, something needs to change. And I remember getting my last check for my job and just like walking 10 miles to the Army recruiting station. And I took the first flight out. I was like, yeah, I got a decent ASVAB score. I got 116 GT score, general testing. And they were like, you can pick any job. And I was like, I want the job that'll fly me out tomorrow. And they're like, 11 Bravo infantry. And I was like, next one.
What does that mean? 11 Bravo infantry?
11 Bravo is infantry people. Like, so
I don't know
like
what that means.
Front line, you are shipped out and you are going to be on the front line. And I was like, I'm not going to get shot.
I don't want to get killed. I just want to run away from my alcoholism.
Exactly. So I went air defense artillery. I was. I went a different
I would have
route.
shaved heads.
Exactly.
The barber.
Yeah.
So while I was in, I definitely tried to get her out of my head. And even though every time
your meth girlfriend.
Yes.
Okay. I just wanted to double
Did
check.
she have all of her teeth?
Yeah, she did, and she still does, and she's still on meth.
Oh, sweet girl.
Yeah, no,
You probably had really good meth sex with her.
Oh yeah, like
I knew.
I'm talking about like because I was on ecstasy and she was on meth. I remember a day where it was like literally like 12, 14 hours like raw. Like how when friction, like it was like, ooh, this hurts.
But you want to keep going.
Yeah.
And you were also on meth or no?
Well, just mainly ecstasy, coke,
okay.
a lot of alcohol. That is definitely my DOC. So yeah, it's once I got into the military, I wanted to find anybody else to like fill that void, and that's where like the bisexualness came in. Like I was like, my sponsor and I had talked about it, and he's like, I don't think you're a true bisexual. Do you see yourself marrying a man? And I was like, honestly, I don't know. And he was like, if you have to question it, probably not. And that's like, for another
Don't
time.
listen to him.
Yeah,
he prostituted with men.
Yeah. So
he's projecting his own insecurities of being a gay man.
Possibly.
We love you, Jeannie.
But
does he listen to our podcast?
Yeah, especially if it's one of his. He's
Oh.
definitely listened to a few of our other
Hey,
people.
Gene.
And he
Faggot.
knows.
He's a faggot.
But yeah, it was.
So you're in the army.
I
You
was
did
in
the
the-
classes.
I did the classes, and I deployed twice. I went to Germany, did a bunch of missions over there, and the whole time I just kept drinking. I would black out, and I would just like wake up in a different city with a random person or something, and I was just like, "This is okay." It's like I could have like woken up, like, well, not wake up. How do you wake up dead? I could have, died many times, and it's like,
Woke up dead.
I could have, like just this life could have panned out very differently, and I'm glad like everything aligned to where I could have, been led to the rooms of AA. And I'm grateful now that I got kicked out of the military, but I was really like down on myself. I felt pathetic. I felt worthless. There was just so many things that hit pretty hard.
Did you get honorably discharged because of your drinking?
I got discharged because of my drinking. I got honorable because of what a good worker I was. I had very many accolades. I had a lot of ribbons and awards.
Your milkshake was good.
Hell yeah. The thing is, I was I just jerked off all the right chain of command and
Did you?
yeah.
Oh my
Yeah.
God,
Oh,
like men that are
actually,
pretending
do
to
you
be
guys?
straight?
Well, majority women. The men usually it was like because it was easier and it was a form of comfort. But if you guys
Men
do
are
want a
easier.
little bit of tea,
Give us tea. Give us tea.
so yeah, the person that did do that whole rigmarole to get me discharged.
Which was your
his-
sergeant?
It was
Sergeant.
my sergeant, and it was my platoon sergeant, and my squad leader was this woman who just her and I would go bottle for bottle, and we ended up hooking up a few times, and I would always sneak up to her room because she lived in our barracks, and we would just spend like so many nights together. And she was one of the ones that was like written, her signature was on the thing to get me a dishonorable, her and him. Yeah, that was like heartbreaking. I was like, I loved you.
Whoa.
But
What a
the
stab
thing
in
is,
the back.
yeah, and it hurt so much, and I had to see her every day at
You
formation
you see who signed it?
because they were all there was a panel of people that signed it. They too
Oh.
signed dishonorable, but the thing is, my former platoon sergeant, my first sergeant, my lieutenant, and my captain all said honorable because they knew what a hard worker I was. She was vindictive. He was an asshole. So
What was his deal?
his deal was he was very controlling. Like anybody that didn't follow his commands to a T, because he wanted to become platoon sergeant in that place, and he was fighting for first sergeant, all this other stuff. He was just trying to weed out anybody that would stand in his way for things that he liked being done. So he ended up just coming to the barracks when I texted him one day, and I was like, "Hey, why'd you move Schofield over to battalion, and why'd you put Sergeant so and so on this expedition to go to some mission when he didn't need to be over there?"
Mhm.
It's like he was trying to get rid of everybody that was standing in his way, and
He's trying to kill people.
yeah. So I
Weird.
texted him, and he came over and reprimanded me for being drunk, and making a scene out in front of the barracks. And I he made the sergeant on duty sign the papers and all this other stuff. So when I woke up the next morning, I was super hungover, which is not uncommon in the military. We had so many people that would be hungover, they would run them ragged, and then they would be like, that better have sobered you up. We did 6 miles, you sweated it out, go shower, be at formation by 9. Him though, he was like, I know this guy is still going to have some on his breath, so he brought a breathalyzer to formation. And he was like, come downstairs. And he was like, oh, look at that. You're still drunk. And I was like, oh, man, well, I don't know. What do you want to do? And he wrote out all the paperwork. And the thing is, he did it behind my first sergeant's back. They actually hemmed him up for doing that. They're like, you didn't come run this by us. You didn't tell us that you came last night to talk to him while he was drunk. If you knew he was, you should have said, hey, go to bed. I'll talk to you about this in the morning. But he made it a point to come and get me.
He wanted to get you in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
I have a question. What is the most embarrassing thing that you did while intoxicated in the military? Army? Is that the same thing?
I don't know.
Can you say that?
So there's
Or Marines.
I was in the
That's
army.
different.
Yeah.
Is
So
the military the same thing as the army?
Well, the military encompasses like the
The
Air
whole
Force,
thing.
the Marines, everything. Army is soldiers. I was a soldier. Marines are Marines. So I was in the Army. I was a
Okay.
soldier.
Okay, so I was
And
right
Yeah,
by
no,
saying military,
I
not you.
I did very many embarrassing things, and I'm trying to like pick one. One of the ones that I do like was somebody called me Barry Bonds at formation, and I was like, "What are you talking about?" And they ended up like showing me a video of me downtown getting in a fight because I was like trying to hit on some dude's girlfriend, and like
his
just
dude.
standing on a freaking pool table, swinging at people and smacking motherfuckers in the head with a pool cue, and I was like, what? And they were like, yeah. And then afterwards, we were in a taxi, and you were just running up the hill on bomb holder, like, and it's like 2 miles to get back to post, and I was just running drunk, like, and they were like, yeah,
Oh my
you like.
God.
So I got video of me out there doing so many stupid things. Like, yeah, like I could.
You always slept in your bed though.
No,
Oh my God.
no, that
No,
like
you
I
wake
said,
up in random countries,
yeah, I would.
cities.
I would wake up in random
And you
cities
wouldn't
in
get in
Germany.
trouble?
Well, that's the thing. It would always happen on a 3-4 day weekend, sometimes on the weekend. If I had formation, I would be in my barracks, and I would wake up still drunk and make it to formation, because it is so common to like drink in the military. They're like, man, as long as you could run it off and be by formation at 9, we're fine.
Absolutely not. I would never.
I
I
would
would be throwing
never.
up, puking. My
I
brains
would be
out.
stuck in the motel for a week.
Yeah.
You know what? I thought about doing army or whatever, but they don't take people that have.
Or whatever it's called.
don't
Whatever
take-
you guys do.
They don't take people that are gay or have HIV. So I'm like, you
That's-
guys are missing a good fucking soldier, because I would have fought hard. So now you guys have shit people.
Because they know that you would have like literally had
I
sex
would've-
with all of them.
I would have had sex with
He
everybody.
would have fought hard while he was hard, scaring all the freaking terrorists. It would have been great.
I would have had
You could've
sex
fucked all
with
the
the other
terrorists.
side.
Fuck the terrorists.
I would have had sex with.
Yeah.
I would have gave everyone HIV.
And then you.
I do-
It's like a co-op. What is it called? When it's
Reconnaissance.
co-op.
not a
A bukkake?
Oh my god.
Do you remember?
a covert
A covert
Hmm.
operation.
Covert
operation.
operations.
There we go.
Oh,
I
those
knew
are
I'd
fun.
eventually get there.
Um,
Operation
Yeah.
HIV.
HIV.
All the terrorists.
And I tried being a police, and they don't like people that have done hard drugs. And I'm like, I would have been a good police officer. Bye.
that's the thing. You're just
Because you
supposed
know
to
all
lie.
the tricks.
Well, I know.
Because when I
know all
came
the
in,
tricks.
the recruiter was just like, and you've done this, and I named, because like I've always had a thing with being honest. I like, only when I feel like it, when it benefits
So
me.
you're not honest.
No. That's the thing. It was very
That's actually
delusional.
the opposite of honest is
Exactly.
manipulation.
Yeah, so I was always
You're
manipulating myself
manipulating.
and being honest, but
Yeah.
I really thought I was being honest. I was like, I need to tell this recruiter, like, I've done ecstasy, fucking, I've done coke, I've done this, I've done that. I need to tell him. And he was like, what? No, you've done weed. That's about it. I was like, what? And he was like, yeah, you don't need to write that on the
Bless
paper.
you.
And so many cops are out there getting high on that supply, for sure.
I know. I'm annoyed by it.
Yeah.
I thought that they did
Lie detector.
Lie detector.
You can still pass that.
Yeah.
And also, I saw how much they made, and I was like, absolutely not.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, so then how'd you get here to Southern California?
Basically, I've always lived in Southern California.
Oh.
I'm from San Gabriel Valley.
I thought you were from Oklahoma. From
Because
that,
everybody's from Oklahoma, right?
because everyone gets shipped here from Oklahoma,
Yeah.
from the Indian tribes.
No. I was born
my
in
God.
Whittier, and I stayed there till 2nd grade. I was raised in Azusa, in San Gabriel Valley,
Oh my
which
God,
is
by
like,
Raging Waters.
yeah. So, it was really interesting because after the military, I came home, and nobody in my family wanted to do anything with me, and it hurt, and I just like stayed in a hotel for like 6 months.
Because you were discharged.
Or
Yeah.
because you were alcoholic.
I was honorably discharged, and then I came home thinking there was going to be a big old grand welcome for me. The thing is, I had ostracized all of my family because of like blacking out drunk. I was
okay.
heinous to my family in many ways, and I like am so happy that they're behind my back now. But they did not want anything to do with me until my dad came one day and saw that I was like really messed up, and he was like, we want you to live with your aunts. And I really tried, for 3 years, I was trying to mend relationships and all that with them. but I was still drinking. So like, I started using my GI Bill, going to college, getting jobs, doing this, doing that, and rekindling my relationships with my nieces and nephews.
Sober or drinking still?
Drinking still.
Okay.
So it was like any progress I made, it would fall off quickly because like I was so selfish and self-centered. The thing is, all the things that I was doing for them, I was doing for myself so they could get off my back so I could go drink more. And finally, there was a day where my aunts were like, we feel like if we leave you here at this house while we go to Hawaii, you are going to kill yourself. And in my heart of hearts, I believed I wasn't. The thing is, like...
You woke up dead.
I did. Yeah.
That actually is a good saying.
Yeah, I like it.
Because that can be like, you're clear.
Oh, yeah. I was definitely
You know what
clear.
I mean?
And so they flew out. I immediately grabbed a handle. I had a few. And the thing is, like, 5 days later, like, I woke up and my brother and dad were in the house. And I was like, oh, no, I need to, like, act normal. And, like, I was just like, oh, I'm glad you guys are here. I was trying to be hospitable and weird stuff. But the thing is, like, I didn't see the mayhem around me because I was so, like, gone. And finally, I went to the restroom and there was, like, throw up all over the freaking mirror. And the shower head was ripped off. And I was like, oh, this is just the mayhem that's in the restroom. And I come out and they're like, do you remember anything that happened? And I was like, no. And they're like, we saw you, like, convulsing on the couch and we had to, like, break in because you weren't answering our calls.
Oh, fuck.
And I was just like, no, I don't. And like, they tried to like sober me up for 24 hours. And I was like going through the house, like all the animals that I was supposed to be taking care of had empty food bowls and empty water bowls. The tile in the kitchen was all cracked. Like everywhere you looked, I had just stumbled my way like a bull in a china shop. And that 24 hours did not help. I was getting worse because like you could die from alcohol withdrawals.
You need alcohol.
I needed it so bad. And like, yeah, they ended up taking me to the hospital and like, they did not want me in there. They're like, no, we don't think you're suicidal. We think you just want to get help because you feel like shit. And the lady was a bitch. But thankfully, somebody came in there and they're like, no, we're going to admit you. And I went to the psych ward for the third time. And in there, I was just praying the whole time. And that was definitely my act of providence because my whole family was like, we do not want you to move back in with us. We do not want you to go to your mom's. You are not allowed anywhere. You need to go into a rehab. And I was just like, no, I just need to sober up. I just need to, get my shit together. And I still thought I could drink and be okay. And the thing is, like, after like 6 days in the psych ward, they're like, you don't have insurance. You don't have anything. We need to kick you out of here. And this lady just came in. She's like, hi, I'm the person that helped you get into rehab. I was like, where have you been the last week?
Yeah.
And she was like, I was on vacation. Sorry, but we're going to get you into a place. And for sure, she was an angel. It was luck because like they were like, you were supposed to be gone by 8 a.m. She came in at 9. She was like, you're going to stay until 3.
Wow.
And she ended up getting me into Windward here in Costa Mesa.
Oh,
it's right here down
Yeah.
the street. Windward Way.
Windward
Yeah.
Way. Windward?
Mm-hmm.
Yellowstone's better. Keep
whatever.
going.
So it was good for me, like it gave me that time to get that clarity. And I had a lot of prejudice towards God. So it's like I would go into the rooms and I'd be like, fuck this. But like, even though everybody else had God or a higher power, I was like, at least I know I could get better if I work on the steps or whatever.
Is this when you started going to the Garden Grove Alano Club?
No.
Or Fountain Valley Alano
Fountain
Club?
Valley Alano Club is
Okay.
where I go. And that was before I even like took on Gene. I had this guy who was Navy SEAL. And not wanting to do what Gene did, with the whole make sure you get 1, 2, 3. I didn't give my will over, but I was dead set on telling him all of my horrific stories.
This is your first sponsor.
Yes. So they were like, don't leave anything out or you will drink again. And I was like, well,
What'd you put on there?
everything.
Tell us one thing. You don't have to.
Yeah, no, just because it is very public and like the things that are juicy are the ones that I needed to tell to another human being.
Yeah.
And you only have to tell one.
Yeah, I told multiple, and
Yeah.
I'm okay with doing that. Not okay with telling thousands of people, probably.
Oh, thousands. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, you'll get there. I could see this blossoming into something great.
Very-
Like your booty hole?
Oh yeah. The thing is, while I was there,
Sometimes you think, why did I say that? You're so stupid. Sometimes I can't talk.
No. Please do.
Okay, so then I'm lost.
You
I'm
said
thinking about
booty
blossoming booty holes.
That's all I'm thinking about
No,
right now.
you were talking about steps 1, 2, and 3.
1, 2, and 3. Why you did that with the first sponsor? So then you didn't give your whole will over, right?
That did benefit me because getting that off my chest, a few things did help. And then he was like, yeah, I was, since he was a Navy SEAL, he was in Thailand. And he was like, yeah, man, I was freaking smacking hookers and doing all this stuff. And I was like, oh, maybe.
Hookers.
Yeah. And I was like, maybe my stuff isn't so bad. That's crazy because, he would like berate his wife for caring that he stepped out. And he's like, it doesn't matter. It's overseas. It's like, oh. So
Like smacked, like had sex with, or smacked, like was physically assaulting?
oh yeah,
them?
no, he would pay them to be physically abusive.
To him.
Both.
Oh,
Back
to
and forth.
each other.
Yeah.
Mm.
So like my stuff seemed a little bit more minimal, but I was like, all right, well, thank you for sharing that. That's cool. And it showed me that, anybody like that could be a horrific person can still come back from the brink and become a better person. And
That's not even that bad.
Yeah. Oh no, he has some more stuff, but I'm not going to divulge that. But yeah, it was a great opportunity. They ended up scholarshiping me because I still didn't have insurance.
Windward?
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
I got 4 months free, and that time, that clarity, I really needed it. And in the 3rd month, that's when I met Gene. And he was like, yeah, you need to get a higher power. You need to get all this stuff. You need to fully concede to your innermost self. And that's where God lives. And I was like, okay. I just showed up to his meetings because I felt like, I don't know, that's what people do, right? Meeting makers make it. And it was what I really believed.
Where did you meet him?
I met him at his house. One of my buddies was being sponsored by him. And they're like, you need to get rid of that phone sponsor because the Navy SEAL, I was just talking to him over the phone like twice or 3 times a week. So that was saving my life. And he was like, no, you really need to come meet this guy. He knows what he's talking about. He'll like hem you up and yell at you. He kept on always calling me fucking fat faggot because I came in. Yeah. Do you remember that at all?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was cringe. I was cringing.
I was like 300 pounds when I came in. I had hair down to the middle of my back. I was always in a ponytail and a baseball cap, sweating in like freaking 60-degree weather. Just like,
he looked like Kung Fu Panda.
It was,
He called you a fat faggot?
yeah, every chance he got. Every time I spoke, he would call me a fat faggot.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Why did you stay?
I stayed because I was lonely. I stayed because I was afraid. I stayed because
why did he stay in the meeting?
Right.
Yeah. Why did you stay in the Friday
someone
meeting
is
that we go
berating you like that? Why do you put up with that?
because I was around some people that wanted me to be better. I was around people in general. That's why I just kept on going to meetings because I knew like I love to isolate. And they told me a few things in the beginning that I followed direction really well. And I
Did it remind you of like how you were spoken to in the Army?
How I was spoken to in childhood, how I was spoken to in the Army. That's why like it didn't faze me because like I had actual people who hated me call me a faggot in the military. Like I would have to, fight quite often because of it.
And we stick to what we know.
Yeah. So like I didn't feel malice from him. I always laughed at it that's why like whenever like other people like hear him say something like abrasive, I'm like, he doesn't mean it. Trust me. Like, it's like his bark.
I don't know. I like it.
Yeah. I'm a little into it. You know what I mean?
You're hoping he has sex with you?
No.
Oh my God.
That old crusty bag. No. But apparently he still has some sex appeal because some people are like, no, I would. And I was like, oh.
I would not.
I don't believe you.
If I was on meth, I would, and I told him that.
Is that a reservation?
Yes. I would only sleep with my sponsor if I was on meth.
Interesting.
Ken, you're not supposed to laugh.
I was gonna mention his feet, and that is where I draw the line.
Oh my God, what if he made you suck his toes?
Absolutely not. His feet are really bad.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I was actually talking to my roommate about that yesterday.
His feet?
Not his feet specifically, but like, I do have a foot fetish.
We have to stop. Whoa, you have a foot fetish?
And
Oh my God, do you think I have nice feet?
you do.
Thank
You
you.
have very pretty feet. That's the thing. Like his like repulse me.
Yeah.
And it's like I'm like, put on shoes, stop wearing sandals. Get a
Yeah.
pedicure. Something.
Yeah, it's the sandals for me.
Okay, so
Anyways. I don't even know where we went with that one. That was
we went
crazy.
somewhere beyond.
This is a crazy ass episode. When you walked in, you were so quiet, and I was like, "Oh no!" And now I'm like, "Where did we go? We went to a different world."
I know. I told him he better be. If he's on the podcast, you can't get offended, and you have to talk because you're always so quiet.
Yeah, no.
He goes, "No problem."
Well, now you know. This man is sitting there like thinking a lot of things during your guys' meeting.
Oh, this is what I wanted to ask you.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you always so weird towards me in the meeting?
Oh, juicy tea.
Oh, I actually have an answer for this.
Oh my God. He thinks
so-
you want to have sex with G.
No. I do have like slight autism. Eye contact is weird for me. So like I don't know where to look sometimes, and I always look at Jimmy, and I'm like, oh, stop looking at Jimmy. And every time I look, he looks back at me, and then I look away, and I'm like, you're a fucking idiot.
Okay,
but
now I know.
I also have a thing that my therapist told me while I was at Windward, and she's like, you like to fawn. I was like, what's that? And she's like, we have a fight or flight or something else and fawning. You like to look submissive, and like you like to look like, oh, you need help. And it's like it's reactionary in a place that I don't feel comfortable, because most of the time, especially in meetings where I feel like I am somebody of note, I speak like this. I'm very confident in places that I know I can be confident, and
But not in Gene's meeting.
I've never felt confident because I am a little bit intimidated by him and his crew.
Yeah.
So that's why
anyone would be.
So I fawn.
Our crew too, bitch. Don't even try it.
No, we are the most welcoming, loving. That's why we just keep growing and growing and growing.
That's
and everyone
true.
says
And
how
you
loving
guys
and accepting we are.
Definitely don't seem loving, and you're very like. I go up to. I'm trying not to name names. Just anybody in your crew, and it's like, yeah, we're good.
Bitch, you lying ass fool. You know why? We invite you to dinner all the time and you say no. Damon has said you are welcome to dinner anytime.
You guys always leave, and then I see like on Instagram, I'm like, oh, they went to dinner. Like,
What?
They
We think you don't want to go.
I do. Ask me while I'm there.
Oh my God.
And I'm talking to Courtney, and I'm like, oh yeah, you're gonna call later. She's like, yeah, I'm gonna call later. And then I call her, and she's like, sorry, I didn't answer. I was at dinner. What the fuck?
We've invited.
Oh my God.
I don't
There
believe
have
that
been a
for
few
1
times,
second.
but it was like months ago, and I was busy
Yeah.
because I do have.
But Damon
other
said
friends.
we cannot ask everyone. If anyone wants to go, everyone is welcome.
I need to start asking, and that's my fault. It's not theirs. It's because I am still a little.
Intimidated.
Yeah.
Oh my God, we talk to him all the time.
That's true. They are very nice.
Yeah.
Are you being sarcastic?
He's literally
No.
getting intimidated into answering these
Why does-
questions.
Why does
You're screaming at him.
everybody does say that? They're like, "Are you being sarcastic?" I'm like, "No, I'm just being monotone. I'm trying to not offend, so I don't
Jimmy
want."
just literally bullied you until he got the right answer.
No, but the thing is, like, I understand why they do that face. That face that I did. It's because they don't understand my reaction when I don't ask to go out. When I'm like being weird, because I am weird. I've always been weird.
You're autistic.
A little bit, yeah. So
You're autistic.
thank you. It got beat out of me by my mom in the military, so I'm a little bit more. I seem normal, but there's yeah.
Mm.
I know how to portray myself as somebody who is competent.
Was there anything in your first year that Gene told you not to do, but you still did?
Yeah, a lot. The thing is,
Like have sex with that big, tall black woman?
I never did.
Oh.
Oh my God.
I had an opportunity and I knew not to take it. The thing
that's
is,
good.
my girlfriend now, he told me to stay away from her, and I did for a time, but we are currently dating. And the thing is, like, I don't know, just like I am in love with the idea of being in love, and I'm happy I took that route. And honestly, I asked quite a few people, like another person that took me through my fifth and sixth. Like I had a spiritual advisor help me with it because he was like focused on so many other people and telling me to get the hell out of his house. And I was like, this is why I'm not going to listen to you. And I like went to that woman, and then I went to a few other like mentors, and they were like, oh yeah, you know what? You didn't get sober to hate life. If you find somebody and they are somebody that you click with and you could see yourself being with them, go for it. And I stepped away from her for a minute so she could, like kind of find herself, separate from the ex, do all these things.
She was a newcomer.
She was a newcomer.
Okay.
So like we didn't start dating until she had 6 months. She's about to have a year now.
Beautiful.
So, and that's the thing, like it was healthy in some ways, healthy in a lot of ways, toxic in some, because we are still new to the idea of having a healthy relationship. And
That's not toxic.
Oh, there were toxic parts, because I was definitely I would try to like point things out that she was doing without seeing my own part in it. And I was like, wow.
Well, those
like,
are character defects.
And I heard you sharing before we started filming that you were keeping this a secret at first.
I was, and it was
you felt shamed.
No, it was because
of her, you said.
Yes, and I did tell her before this that I wasn't going to speak too much on her, but it was like a thing that she felt was taboo, and she didn't want everybody to know immediately. She's like, let's see where this goes. And then she finally, about a month ago, she was like, yeah, you can tell people, I don't want you to have resentment. And she's like, I love you. And I was like, I love you too. I want to freaking scream this from the mountaintops how much I love you. Like it's so intense.
Yeah.
This kind of love, because every other relationship that I've been in before, I've been controlled or the one controlling. It's never been mutual. And this one feels pretty damn mutual. Like, it's insane what like a healthy relationship could look like. And even though we both have so many character defects and we're still working on like all of our trauma and everything, like it's great when we're able to talk together and work through things, because before I would just want to run. I would just be like, you know what, you're pissing me off right now. And I would just like leave for a few days.
And what do you do now?
We like sit and talk about it until we start like boiling over, and then we're like, all right, it's getting a little too crazy, let's tone it down. Like,
I wanted to ask, who's helping you through the relationship stuff? Is it like friends? Do you call friends?
I call friends. I call my mentor. I try not to name any names. A friend that I
just say friends.
Yeah, my friends that I do the Wednesday night book study with, and my friends.
I know who that is.
In the Sobriety.
The Italian guy.
Yeah. He wants to come on, by the way.
We'll have him on. His name is Vinny.
Try not to name names.
I know, but he's my friend. I can do it.
Yeah.
His name is Vinny, and he always hits on us. And he always wears joggers that show his bulge, so I can't wait.
And he always wears wife beaters that show his nipples, and they're always erect.
Is he gay or a bisexual?
He is very gay.
Very straight. Wait, I also want to hit on, when you were new, you were very paranoid.
Oh, yeah.
And he did not talk to me, and he was kind of rude to me. And I asked him, why is he like that? And he said, because he saw me at a meeting and he asked me a question and I ignored you.
Mm-mm. So I believe it might have been at Fountain Valley, and I've only seen him there like once. And the thing is, somebody at the podium, they were like, doing the like last prayer, and they're like, I know we don't usually do this, but will you turn to like the person next to you and give him a hug? And everybody's hugging each other, and I go and I'm like, and he's like, no. It might have not been him. It might have been some other 6'4", 220-pound man. I don't know.
Oh, thank you. I'm 270.
He was very lean.
I told him I have only been to that meeting one time ever in my life, and I do not remember people saying give hugs.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why I thought it was weird. I was like, nobody ever does this in meetings. It was like a one-time thing. And
but I don't even remember that at the meeting.
That's what I'm saying.
I was like, it was someone different, and it's in your head.
It was definitely in my head, most likely. Because trust me, like, my brain was broken. When I say I loved every drug except heroin, I really did. And one of the main things that like I would do because it didn't give you hangovers was like Freon and computer cleaner. And I would always I would have like 5 to 7 like drugs at once whenever I was partying, out doing clubbing, raving, whatever. Like this thing, like sometimes whenever I try to put a memory together or something, it feels like 2 magnets flipped around trying to smack, and like they feel like they're pushing away. Like it's been so hard trying to get my brain back into like a normal way of thinking.
Well, and that especially after the army.
Yeah, that too. PTSD and other stuff.
Interesting. Was there any other like thing in your first year that happened?
Yes.
Oh, I knew you were holding something back. I could feel it.
Yeah. Tell
Give it
us.
to us.
So I was not like a lot of people that would come in because you guys are like sobriety is sexy and this and that. And people come into the rooms and they're like, oh, hooking up and all this other stuff.
We don't do that.
Bitch.
I did.
So that's the thing. I didn't feel like doing any of that because I felt disgusted with myself. Like actually getting out of the military in 2020 and finding out some things I did, like to people, just like ruining them, like ruining people and ruining myself. I was like, I don't want to hurt anybody else because I would hook up with like other soldiers' wives, you know? And I'm like, man, they're bored on post in Germany. Obviously, like you're not fucking giving her anything. She could get it from me. I'm not the one cheating. I saw a lot of stuff that I looked at, and that's why I gained 300. Like that's why I went up to 300 pounds because I just ate my feelings. I abstained from sex, and when I came into the rooms and I was finally sober and had clarity, I was looking at myself and I felt disgusted with myself.
Mm.
So every day I would wake up feeling shame and guilt and all this other stuff. I wasn't in there being like, yeah, let me find somebody to hook up with. No, I was like just trying to survive my first year. There was no like, I wish I could go party. I wish I could do this. I was like, I don't want to die. I know if I do that, I'm going to not end up in the psych ward again. I'm going to not be here anymore.
Yeah.
That's why it's like lasted. The whole first year was all pure grit, pure white knuckling it because I didn't believe in trust in a higher power. It was stuff that I repeated that Gene told me. And while I was going to all these meetings, I ended up meeting this female who was, you know, very, very integral to my sobriety in the beginning. Because if it wasn't for her, I probably would have stopped coming to Gene's because I didn't feel like I had camaraderie with anybody else there. But she would always be like, let's go bowling. Let's do this. Let's do that. Come to my birthday. And you know who it is. I'm not going to name names. But
Courtney.
yeah. Well, she told me not to.
I don't care.
Anyway, so like I had like a big affinity for this woman, and I got very codependent. I wanted to fix her other than fix myself. I was always listening to her problems and trying to like find ways where she could be better, just so we could hang out and have fun. You know, like
But as friends.
no, honestly, at first I
For
thought
her
it was
as friends.
for her it was as friends.
You
For
had
me,
other-
I was like talking to
okay.
Gene, and he was like, really think about it. How much you think about her, how much you do this, how much you do that. And I had talked to a few other people that like actually like went away from me. Remember Joey? Like he was like, that dude like fucking he's obsessed with her. And I was like, yeah, I was like so codependent and up her ass that I couldn't see anything else because I didn't want to look at myself. And I was in self-pity that she didn't want to be my like, you know, not with me, but like be with me as much as I wanted. I was like, obviously, I don't have a chance with this woman, but like at least like I love hanging out all the time. But she found another friend who now dating, and I was just like, man, like Gene doesn't want me at his house. Like, you know, she's off, you know, gallivanting with her other new friend, and then like all this stuff, and I was just like, man, nobody wants me for me. I was just like sulking and so like sad, and, like all this. It was so much self-pity, and I look back on it now, like thinking like, wow, like I can't believe that was me.
Well, how'd you change that?
I filled the void with a higher power.
Oh, there you go.
I literally went and I was like, well, what can I do? And I found a friend who taught me about codependency. And the thing is, in the program, this was what I was going to say earlier. I took a lot of things into consideration. And one of them was go to meetings, call somebody when you're feeling down. That's why I still went to Gene's, to be around people whenever I was lonely. And whenever I would tell Gene to be like, I'm lonely, he'd go to a meeting. Oh, thanks. Yeah, that helps. And then I would go to a meeting and I would like weirdly shuffle up to somebody that I knew. I'd be like, hey, you want to go get tacos? Like, you know, like it was great because they
You
always.
never asked me to get tacos.
So I had quite a few different fellowships and I don't know. For some reason, it was always with people that were more black sheeps, you know? Those are the people that were just as broken as me. And I sensed that since you guys were a little bit more further along, I needed people that were on my level.
I get that.
I get that, yeah.
So those are the people that I gravitated towards. And in those moments, I had a brother who I'm roommates with now teach me about codependency, teach me about detachment. So I detached from her, and it's so good that I did that because now we could talk for like a good hour on the phone, and I'm not like how could I change this to where I could get something out of it? I don't need anything from her. I just love seeing her grow.
Yeah.
And I love how our relationship formed. And like where we were pretty much friends in the beginning, it was definitely like something that I didn't notice because I was in a delusion, and I definitely wanted more with lying to myself that I didn't. And now like I'm truly happy for her, and like I'm able to like, I don't know, just enjoy what we have now.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, it's very cute.
So it's like I was able to learn about codependency. I was able to learn about all these things, and I was like, all this is helping, and I'm doing it by getting rid of my character defects because I trusted in a higher power. You know what I mean? Like I ended up really doing 1, 2, 3 with Gene, and the first time I did it, I went in and he kicked me out of his house. He does that often. It's very funny.
Weren't you just at a barbecue?
Yeah,
Today's
he
late.
was like, get the fuck out of here.
Today's Memorial Day?
Labor Day.
And he was at a barbecue at Jane's house, and once they ate, he goes, everyone get the fuck out of my house.
Yeah. Well, speaking of getting the fuck out of our house, we have to
leave.
We have to wrap this up.
We have to wrap it up, and can you
Unfortunately.
just tag along to our dinners? We don't have to invite you. You're always invited.
Yes, I will definitely.
And that's all in your fucking head.
Yeah.
I'll make sure. Ken, you can go too. The same with you. Ken's here listening, and he's
Making faces.
Making faces.
But to wrap up the episode, can you give us one piece of advice that you received in your first year that really helped you and that we can give to the newcomer?
Well, it is, it is willingness, and it is about the third step thing that I was going to harken on. Like the second time that I went to his house, I actually like busted out crying because I actually like gave my will over. I let go of all the codependency. I let go of all the shame, guilt. I let go of a lot of things that I was holding on to that I used to use as survival instincts. So it's an open-mindedness, a willingness to just give this a try, actually listen to what we do. Because a lot of it is so much to learn in one day. It's just like, just take an ounce of information at a time. Don't expect this to be fast, because it's not like our drugs that we used to do. This process is slow and rigorous, but you will see progress daily if you do it correctly daily. And there's no correct way, but it's correct if you're trying.
Yeah.
That's it. Just it's
good.
It's an open-minded thing that I just suggest anybody to try.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love
so
it.
I really love, where I am today, because I have so many people that have my back. I have actual good relationships that I don't expect stuff from, and they don't expect it from me. It's not transactional. It's fun.
Yeah.
And they pick me up when I'm down, and I'm able to pick up that 1,000-pound phone, and it's light because I do it whenever I need to. I don't wait until it's so grueling. I do it immediately.
Yeah.
And I know I don't do it with your group often, but like
we don't have a group.
Well,
it's just me, Damon, and Nikki and Paul. Nikki's been my roommate in rehab. I've known her for like 15 years.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought it was just like 7. That's crazy.
Like a long time. Okay. We have to end.
Okay.
It's okay. Sorry. Okay. Anyways.
And that's all Damon.
What? Damon
has RBF. He's like resting bitch face.
He does, and he admits that. And
he
it's
goes
all
like this
because of his own head, that he doesn't think that people want to be his friend.
Yeah.
Everyone is literally just insecure, and it's all love.
Except for me.
That's why I don't. Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
But that's why I try so hard to like hone in on like when people are calling you faggots, like it should just be about love, because people are already so insecure and hate themselves as much as they do regardless. Anyways, that's my soap opera.
Yes, I do want to say that though, like the whole Gene thing.
You love him and you want to have sex with him.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The thing is, like, when he says it, it's not the same way as when we say it when we're out in the streets. Those people truly mean it, and they mean you ill will. When we say it to each other in the rooms, like,
it's honestly, like brothers. Like my brother saying, "Oh my God, you're so gay."
Yeah.
It's more. To me, it's like that.
It's loving.
Yeah. She doesn't believe us. Okay. Go.
Anyway.
She thinks we're all just battered women in the meeting.
I do. I totally do. I think it's the most culty cult there is.
She might be right.
I'm absolutely right. I'm Breezy, and I'm right.
And I'm Jimmy, and
right.
I'm right.
And we are Sober Disclosure.
This episode is brought to you by Light Salon, Orange County's premier destination for expert hair color. At Light Salon, we specialize in creating stunning custom color transformations that highlight your natural beauty. Owned and operated by passionate, sober stylists, we bring authenticity, creativity, and precision to every client experience. Light Salon.